people finding me, discovering me through LinkedIn. But I think one piece that moves those people from, hey, I'm just attending this event, to I actually want to work with you is the nurture element. Because once they've gone to my event, they we connect on LinkedIn and we start having conversations there, building a little bit more intimate of a relationship. They start listening to my podcast. And, once you're in someone's ears and they're listening to you, that's an intimate relationship. They're hearing your voice and they nurture themselves at that point into wanting to work with me.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the Grow and Learn podcast, your go-to source for expertise and insights on a variety of topics: business growth, leadership, technology, personal and business finance, and more. We've curated a vast network of business experts ready to address your company's most pressing challenges. From corporate growth strategy to leadership, marketing strategy, sales strategy, branding, customer relations, technology, AI, IT security, and beyond, we connect you to the best experts for your needs. Reach out to us for more information or schedule a call at grownlearn.org to explore how we can support you. Today, we're speaking specifically to startup founders, entrepreneurs, people with a very lean marketing budget, with a very lean team, who need to do a lot of marketing efforts, selling efforts on their own and still make it. I'm speaking to expert Sarah Noel Block, who is also an award winner specifically for the construction industry, but I'm sure that her tips apply across other industries. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
I am all over the service space. The service space is where I thrive. I've worked with companies in most industries as long as they're service based, and I am really marketing the brains of the people in the organization. That is what I care about, is showcasing you as the subject matter expert and helping you earn that know, like, trust factor.
Mm-hmm. What is your story, Sarah? How did you come to this profession? What's your background?
It was always marketing. I have been in marketing since I was a wee baby. My very first job out of school, but my love for tiny marketing, for lean marketing, started when I was a one-person marketing department for a 7-company group. It was a struggle because there were 7 company presidents with different visions, missions, forecasting, different audiences, product lines, and I had to figure out how to market for all of them. And there were times where I was like, this isn't going to work. I am never going to be able to succeed at this. But eventually I sat down and I started sketching out what it can look like to market with the resources I had, which was me, myself, and I. And that's when I started building out the framework that I use today. Since at that moment when I was working with that 7-company group, I bounced to a couple different small marketing departments and helped them build the foundation so they could market with their tiny teams. And now I'm working directly with clients, a lot of fractionals, consultants, service providers that are founder-led marketing, and they need to figure out how to build these marketing habits that helps them stay booked out.
Mm-hmm. I'm really curious to hear. I also fall in this category. And so I've created quite a few, let's say, systems, marketing systems. But I'm curious to hear whether I'm on the right path. You have 3 pillars of lean marketing that you share and you apply with your clients. Shall we share them?
Yes, let's get into that.
Yeah.
So there's 3 main pillars, and there's steps in each of them. So the first pillar is the offer ecosystem. And during the offer ecosystem, we build out what is the framework, your proprietary framework that you're actually, the journey you're taking your clients on. So it's really easy to talk about, and that slides into the next pillar, which we'll talk about in a second. But from there, that's your signature offer. That's the bullseye. That's where we're forecasting our revenue from. But let's work backwards now. That's where we want people to land. But before that, we have a gateway offer. And that's an entry point that everybody should go through before working with you. because that's where you start building out that blueprint or the map of what their strategy should look like. And having that foundation in place and their consent, their hell yes, that's exactly the direction I want to go before going into that signature offer, will make sure that the project goes really, really well because you already have their sign off on what you're planning to do. And you get that customization element to it, even if it is a productized service. Now, let's step back one step further and we have our micro offer. So, a micro offer is something that's less than $100. It's more of a digital product or like a quick like workshop, maybe if you wanted to do a group one to many offer. And it's something where you could get someone one win. You're taking them one step further within a week. They can apply what you taught in that digital product or workshop and have that win within a week. That's the goal. And then moving it backwards, we have two types of lead generators. And that's a passive one. It's always on. It's on demand. People can download it from your website. It's in your link in bio. It's in your social media headers. It's always working for you, but it's more passive. So leads are dripping in slowly. And then we have our active lead generator, and that is time sensitive and it brings in a flood of new people at one time. So it would be something like a roundtable. It would be something like a masterclass or a webinar, a time sensitive challenge where it has to be done within a certain period of time. Something like that because it forces action to happen in a container. So you get a lot of leads at once. So we're reverse engineering how to get people into our signature offer through this offer staircase.
May I
So that's
briefly
pillar
interrupt
one.
you with a question here
Yeah.
regarding the roundtable, masterclass, or webinar, or whatever you call it? How do you get people to jump onto your webinar? Because I've been speaking to quite a few consultants, coaches, and they all state that the engagement, people don't like to register anymore, even for free offers. Like it takes much more effort now as compared to a year ago, 2 years ago, to get people onto this active lead generator.
Yeah. For myself, I'm not struggling to get people on. And I think it's because of the way I do it. I usually have that connected to my anchor content. And I'll do a series of 3 to 5 episodes on a specific topic, and all of them are leading people to that active lead generator. So I'm priming people. You need to think of your active lead generators like a launch, and you have pre-launch material. You're engaging people. You're building momentum for that thing, so you can get people to come in all at once. So getting people excited, building an interest list around it is one element to it. And the other is like proper distribution, making sure the right people are seeing it. I think the reason I have an easy job of getting people like butts in the seats is because I'm doing that. I'm priming people with like pre-launch material, but I'm also on Meetup. I'm sharing it on Eventbrite. I'm sharing it in LinkedIn events. So I'm all of the communities I'm in. You could do visibility tours around it, go on podcasts as a guest and promote it. So you're getting a lot of visibility around that event.
Mm-hmm. And do you rely mostly then on your existing customer base, or you mentioned, you're a member of Eventbrite and Meetup and all of these, but where do the majority of your first-time clients come from?
First time clients, the majority have gone to one of my events. I do a lot of events, probably like every 6 weeks, I'll do another one. So usually they'll come to one of those, and a lot of times they're finding me through Meetup. Meetup is really, really good because they promote it for me and it's sending to all of the right people. So I'm getting brand new people in my world, in my orbit all the time because of that. And then the other piece is LinkedIn. I'm getting a lot of new people finding me, discovering me through LinkedIn. But I think one piece that moves those people from, hey, I'm just attending this event, to I actually want to work with you is the nurture element because once they've gone to my event, they we connect on LinkedIn and we start having conversations there, building a little bit more intimate of a relationship. They start listening to my podcast. And, once you're in someone's ears and they're listening to you, that's an intimate relationship. They're hearing your voice and they nurture themselves at that point into wanting to work with me.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to introduce a groundbreaking service we're offering in collaboration with our partners, InnoAnalytiX. This service is designed to help you identify bottlenecks and uncover low-hanging fruits for innovation within your organization. InnoAnalytiX performs a comprehensive assessment through a digital questionnaire that we distribute to your employees. The result is a detailed dashboard that highlights key innovation indicators and areas where improvement is needed. Armed with these insights, we from Grownlearn will connect you to the ideal consultant, trainer, coach, or speaker from our global network of top-tier experts to address any gaps and drive growth. Don't forget to check out the links in the description for special offers from our partners, including a free LinkedIn profile assessment. Now enjoy the next segment of this Grow and Learn podcast episode. The systems that you use once they enter your CRM system. Do you have a CRM system?
I use Flowdesk for my incoming subscribers because when someone's going to my event, I wouldn't consider them a lead yet. And so I'll start there and then I'll use Streak for my CRM, which is a free Gmail add-on.
Mm-hmm. And then you have what happens next once they land in your CRM? You have a series of emails. How does it work? Or what do you recommend to your clients, rather?
Yeah. So let's look at this process from the beginning. Let's say they went to one of my events. And so they would go onto my email list from there, and I would send out the replay with some action that they can take from it. So I might give them a workbook to go with it. That's another element I think that really makes my events people want to attend live is that I do a lot of we're actually doing the work. We're working together during this event and you're going to have something done by the end of it. And live bonuses, if you attend live, you get these benefits that you won't get otherwise. So those help people from just watching the replay to coming in live. But so they come live, they go on my email list, and then I'll send them the replay with some sort of, whatever bonuses I offered. And then they'll go into a nurture sequence where I might attempt to order bump them to one of those micro offers that I was talking about. So something less than $100. And that'll take them deeper into my orbit because right there, we're trying to get them a win within a week. And it's a significant win. So I was telling you before we hit record about my gateway offer challenge. That's one of my micro offers. And during it, you're launching an offer and learning how to sell it that is at a price point that people are more willing to say yes. In the B2B space, which is primarily where I work, it's really hard to get people to trust you, especially right off the bat. And a lot of people are like, okay, I'd love to work with you after a discovery call, 60 minutes together. It's $6,000 a month and we have a 12-month commitment. Not a lot of people are going to say yes to that. You need to have this gateway offer first to earn that trust, show them you understand their business, and upsell them naturally in this customized way. So that's what I teach in the Gateway Offer Challenge. So that's the first thing I'll do. And people are getting huge wins from it. So once you get a win from somebody, you're more primed to want to work with them again. So then they go into that nurture sales sequence where I will encourage them to apply to work with me one-on-one so we can build up their lean marketing engine. But in that sequence, I'm teaching a little thing in each one of those emails. I'm taking one piece of that gateway offer challenge, expanding on it, giving it a little teaching moment, and then encouraging them to apply to work with me one-on-one in each one of those.
Sounds fantastic. Is this one of the pillars that you wanted to?
This is all the one pillar, the offer ecosystem.
Oh, wow.
We haven't even gotten to the other stuff yet.
There's a lot. There's a lot of meat in these pillars.
Yes,
Let's
offer
unpack it.
ecosystem is
Yeah.
looking like you're mapping out your offers into this funnel that is easy to say yes to because it's like, this is a free thing that you get a win from. And then here is a really low cost thing where it's like, if it didn't work for you, you're not even going to think about it again. And if
Mhm.
it did work for you, you're going to obsess over it and want to work with me further. So it just makes selling so much easier.
Mhm.
And you're always building on your pipeline.
Okay. What happens next?
Next pillar is dream client messaging. So, in that, you're identifying someone that you loved working with, who you want to clone, and you want to work with more of those people. So, with that, we dig deep into the motivations of that particular buyer. I'm actually interviewing when I'm working, when it's like a done for you fashion. I'm interviewing your customers. I'm finding out everything. I want to know what communities they spend time in, what challenges they're going through, what they do when they're going through that challenge. Like, what's the first step you take when you're trying to figure out how to solve a problem? And then just gathering ideas for content. Like, what do you ask? What do you ask your friends about? What do you Google? What do you prefer podcasts or do you prefer video shows? Things like that. So then I can pull all of that into the messaging and we build out your messaging so it feels like you're speaking directly to that person. And then you start getting hand raisers a lot faster. It's so much easier for people to say, yeah, that's me. You're talking about me. You can solve my problem. And that just weaves through everything. It weaves through your web copy, it weaves through your content, everything.
Mhm. So this is not necessarily content for your emails, the dream client messaging. It is messaging that you spread across your social media, LinkedIn, all your
Your messaging
platforms.
is goes through everything.
Yeah.
You're absolutely everything. It's the heartbeat of your company. It's how you talk about your clients and how you talk about your transformations you give. It's everything.
Mm-hmm. And you're doing this together with the client, with your client.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. What are some recent wins that you have seen with this method for clients of
With
yours
the mess. Oh, I mean,
with the
it's
messaging?
it's nonstop because pre-messaging, if you don't have a messaging strategy, you don't have marketing, you don't have content, and you're all over the place. So I guess the most recent wins I've gotten is working with them on their messaging. And this is in conjunction with some of the other pieces. The first day that they started applying some of the tactics I taught them to get in front of their dream clients, they were getting sales calls immediately. I had someone DM me yesterday that they got three using that approach the first time they tried it.
Wow,
So
fantastic.
yeah, it's really about like calling out exactly the challenges that they're going through, showing that empathy, showing them that you understand what they're going through, and proving through storytelling that you can take them from point A to point B to the place that they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pillar two.
Yeah. It sounds like this is a strategy targeted to coaches and consultants, but you're also servicing facility management, construction, and other industries. How does it work for them? Is it exactly the same process?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. I'm one of my biggest clients is a construction company, and we're all just selling to people, whether you're a consultant or you are building a building, you're selling to people. So you need to understand the facility engineers that you're selling to, what challenges they're going through, what's most important to them, what triggers their buying decisions, who's involved in the buying process, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Is the pricing of your services different for different size clients?
Yeah, for the if I'm doing everything for you, it's definitely a different price than when I'm doing done with you and we're going through that process together. It's less of a heavy lift for me, but I think that it's really important for founder-led marketing teams to understand their marketing and have ownership of it. If you just try and ship it and contract out to someone else and say, I want to be out of it, just I'm going to moonwalk out of here, it's not going to work. It's basically like paying for ads. As soon as you turn it off, your marketing stops working. It's not going to, you can't sustain that.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
don't want that for you.
Yeah, makes sense. What's the third pillar?
Third pillar is the discoverability factor. And that is how you get in front of your dream clients and get them to know, like, and trust you. So, in this pillar, we're working through a couple different things. We're working through what social media channel you should be spending time on and what you should be talking about. And that really goes back to the messaging because we're figuring out what pillars it is that you will talk about everywhere. What's your unique take? So, that bleeds through to the social media strategy too. And I am working with B2B, so I teach LinkedIn strategy, how to social sell with it, how to build relationships, how to slide into DMs without being creepy, how you should position yourself in your profile, tell stories in your posts, the frameworks that work, all of that. So that's one piece of it. And then the next is content marketing, which is the thing I'm known for, is the content marketing piece of it. And I break it down into two phases. So, phase one, if you're just getting started in content marketing, I think everybody should start with collaborations because you need to build a base. You need to build a foundation of like getting an audience because you might be at a 0-person email list. We don't want that. So, collaborations help you borrow someone else's audience. You want to partner with people who share the same audience as you. They sell to the same people as you, but in a different capacity. They're not selling the same thing as you. So those could look like co-webinars, webinar swaps, newsletter swaps, roundtables. They could look like panels. I do all of these all the time. I love collaborations. I've been doing this forever and I still do collaborations, but that's where you should start. And I really, really just push my clients to do these podcast guesting, to do
Mhm.
these collaborations in a way that's gated. So some sort of virtual event is best, or like if you're doing a swap, have a lead magnet attached to it that they can download. So you're building your email list while you're building your discoverability with this audience that you're borrowing. Now, phase two would be your anchor content. It's a signature series, and it's basically the core of what you're doing. So, this is the place that you would be teaching your framework. It would be what nurtures your clients because they're getting to know you, they're getting to trust you, they're getting your value bombs. And I see the most benefit from doing them in two ways, having solo episodes, but also doing interview episodes because you're building so many great relationships through those interviews. And oftentimes, those people will end up becoming collab partners, they'll end up becoming referral partners, sending people your way. It grows your audience, and then you're both promoting. So I like to mix it up because you get the business development benefits of the interviews,
Mhm.
and the solo episodes really nurture your prospects and teach them about you and how you solve their problem.
For the solopreneurs that think that might be a lot of work, how do you
Yeah,
address
it's not.
these concerns?
So when you're working with me, we're building this foundation in 12 weeks. And you have that foundation in place. And then after that, it's just about habits. I do Monday morning marketing. That's it. I do everything that I talked about today for my own business as a solo business. And I do it all within 4 hours on a Monday morning.
Wow.
Everything gets done. I don't have to worry about it again. So it feels heavy when you hear it, but it's just 12 weeks of building a foundation. And after that, you can get it all done on a Monday morning. And you're constantly showing up. Your clients think that you're always visible, you're always there, but really you're just batching it and scheduling it.
Mm-hmm. So on Monday morning, you just build the content strategy, or you manage to message all the collaborators to arrange for calls for.
Yeah, so Monday morning, my routine is I'll usually write my LinkedIn content and schedule it out. I will do my interviews for people like that are going to be on my podcast, and I'll edit my podcast and the video. I just do it at the same time into script, and I'll schedule it out, and I'll write any content involved in that. So all of that happens on Monday mornings. Now the interviews that I do, like how I meet these people, that usually happens. I have a different routine for social, like social selling. So I just have a 15-minute timer where I'm on LinkedIn and I'm connecting with people, responding to DMs. But that's usually where I'll find the people that will be interviewed on my show. Or I'll do like a call out. Like I'm doing a series on X. Does anybody know any experts on this? And then I'll start having conversations. So that's how I do that.
Fantastic. What else would you like me to ask you that I can't think of asking you that you want to
I
share?
think we went through a lot, and that probably is all that your listeners can handle at the moment.
Fantastic. So I suggest we end it at this point. Where can people reach out to you, maybe get your first time offer, get the first win, see if you're a click?
Yeah. So I am at sarahnoelblock.com. So you can find all things tiny marketing there. And I host the Tiny Marketing podcast. I hang out on LinkedIn, but you can also join my Gateway Offer Challenge. So I will send you the link for that, and your guests can get it for free. So normally it's $47, but I will give you a promo code. Let's say the promo code will be Grownlearn, and they will be able to get it for free.
All right, fantastic. So let's call it Grow and Learn with an N in between, like the name of the podcast. So it's easier.
Grow and Learn
Grow and
will
Learn.
be the promo code.
Yeah, fantastic. It will be in the description. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you.
Lots of gems. I'm going to start applying some of them and make use of your promo offer.
Awesome. Do it.
Thank you for listening to Grow and Learn. We hope that you found our podcast informative, engaging, and inspiring. Our mission is to help you keep growing and learning, and we hope that our conversations and insights have provided you with practical advice and useful perspectives. If you're looking for personalized support and guidance to help you achieve your personal or professional growth objectives, I offer a range of services to help. As a trusted management partner and mentor, I work with businesses in the process of transformation, looking for new streams of business, as well as M&A. With an extensive professional network of experts and mentors, I can bring on board the right person or team based on the specific needs of the company I'm working with. To learn more about the services I offer and how I can help you achieve your goals, visit my website at grownlearn.org. You can also reach out to me via email or social media. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this episode of Grow and Learn, please subscribe to our podcast and leave us a review. Your feedback is important to us, and it helps us to continue to create content that is relevant and valuable to our listeners. Thanks again for listening, and we look forward to sharing more insights and perspectives with you in the future.